You're thinking, there is nothing better than relaxing the days away on a soothing vacation. Unless you're saving a ton of money while you do it. Stop what you're doing right now and join Hotels Etc., America's premier discount travel service. When you join Hotels Etc., you'll be able to take the same amazing vacations and stay at the same amazing hotels with discounts up to 70%. You sure you got that?
Discounts up to 70%.
Plus, Hotels Etc. get you deals on everything like cruises, car rentals, even movies, restaurants, entertainment, theme parks, and much, much more. Now you're thinking, this is going to cost me thousands. Well, think again. The low, low price will blow you away. Plus, if you join right now, you can try Hotels Etc. absolutely free for 72 hours. Wake up, people.
Try it free for 3 days.
No cost, no obligation. So now you have your vacation and your money too. Never pay full price again. Join Hotels Etc. right now and slash your travel and entertainment costs up to 70%. Call toll free 877-967-7283. 877-967-7283. Or sign up online, hotelsetc.com. That's HOTELSETC.com.
101 years ago, your great-grandmother could have driven a car, she could have seen a motion picture, watched an airplane fly over her head, but she couldn't vote for her mayor, her governor, or her president. This election year, celebrate the centennial of the 19th Amendment and women's right to vote. Get out and cast your ballot. A message from the Beasley Best community of caring and this station. Visit our website and click on Your Vote, Your Voice for local voter information.
Tune your radio.
Tune in now. You can tune into this radio station on any smartphone or tablet. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Windows phones, or whatever you have. Download the free TuneIn app from your phone or tablet's app store. Tune in with music, sports, news, and comedy from over 70,000 radio stations around the world, including this Beasley Broadcast Group station. Check it out at tunein.com or your app store.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
My husband and I started a business together, and I had no idea where to start when it came to payroll. And a friend of mine recommended Patriot, and I have not looked back since. It was extremely user-friendly. I was actually able to understand it and run everything extremely well. And anytime I've had a question, they have been so quick to answer and help me. I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a payroll software that is easy to use, user-friendly, and really offers everything that you need when it comes to something that's beneficial for your business.
Visit us at PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
You're tuned into WWWE, Yorkville, AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
And we are back with another installment of the number one rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, Kevin C. Pride. And I hope everyone is getting ready to have a great Merry Christmas. I got a great show for everyone today. From the SBDC CARES Act program for business, we got Charlene Fitzpatrick will be joining us very, very shortly. From Urban Atlanta, I got Ray Abrams, and I also got the Wellness Foodie Pharmacist, Dr. Flava, coming up a little bit later in the program. First of all, I want to say thank you to the number one rated audience. It has been a great year, and we have grown our listening audience over 600% this year. And that is all thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for supporting the show. We are still racing to read here in Atlanta, and we still need your help. I want everyone to go to racetoread.org and sign up to help Atlanta become the city that reads. We have officially passed the 2 million minutes read mark, and we are trying to get to 10 million. Time is running out, so I need you guys to sign up today and help Atlanta reach 10 million minutes of reading. And that is racetoread.org. That is race, the number 2, read.org. So 2021 is literally right around the corner. Are you prepared? Is your business prepared? Well, I know we are in uncertain times right now, but I want to help you succeed in 2021. So in 2021, in the first few weeks, I am hosting a mastermind session that you can be a part of. I want you to send me an email at connect@kevincpride.com. And trust me, if you own a business or you want to grow in spite of what's going on with everything in the COVID still circling around in 2021, you definitely want to email me at connect@kevincpride.com. Put in the subject line mastermind, and I will definitely follow up with you and see if you are ready for this advanced session. We're going to be covering all the things that you need to know to help grow and brand your business in 2021. To all my men out there who like to stay looking good and stay on top of their game, I want y'all to go see my personal barber out in Douglasville over at Studio 1211. He's located right there at 6405 Fairburn Road. You can call and schedule an appointment, 770-485-6772. As for Melvin, let him know that I sent you over, and he might even give you a free lineup. And finally, the Black Business Networking event returns January 7th, 2021. You can be a part of it. Just go by urbanatlanta.org. There you can register. You can sign up on the Eventbrite. You can get your tickets and be a part of the first networking event of January. And that is January 7th, 2021. So my first guest today is an accomplished, talented executive entrepreneur with over 20 years experience in business operations. She is currently serving as the program director for the SBDC Cares Small Business Program for the Urban League. I want everyone to please welcome to the show Miss Charlene Fitzpatrick.
Hello.
How you doing today, Miss Charlene?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, I am doing wonderful. I didn't know that you were so accomplished. You got so much stuff going on in here. You HR and business operations and a team effectiveness. I mean, you all over the place.
Well, you know, we try to do what we do to help what we can. That's what we do.
Well, I know today that you wanted to stop by and let everybody know about this SBDC Cares program through the Urban League that people and business owners can be a part of, because I know you guys are really trying to help these business owners thrive during this COVID.
Yes, we are. So you want me to tell you a little bit about the program?
Please, first of all, what does SBDC stand for?
Okay, so the University of Georgia has a small business development center, right?
Okay.
And so the SBDC stands for the Small Business Development Center of the University of Georgia.
Okay. All right.
And what they've done is they've partnered with the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, because the Urban League, and I don't know if you know this or if your audience knows this, but the Urban League has been helping people who want to be entrepreneurs in the TEC center
for a long time.
So they've partnered with them, and they've developed this SBDC Cares Small Business Accelerator program, which is really designed for businesses, for people, because, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there if you're already in business and you just want some guidance on that, right? But where's the stuff for the people who have an idea? Like the COVID has got you thinking, you know what? I think I want to start my own thing.
Okay.
So that's what this program is all about. It's for individuals that are thinking, have an idea, that want to start their own business. And it's for those who have been in business for less than up to 2 years.
Okay.
And they might need some help. So maybe they incorporated or created an LLC, and they're like, well, you know what? Now's the time for me to get this thing going.
Wow.
So they need to sign up for this program, because guess what?
What?
It's free.
Now tell me this. What are some of the qualifications to actually be a part of this program? Are there like age requirements, or I know you said starting a business or less than 2 years, but are there some other requirements that people need to know about to take advantage of this?
Yeah. So I know that you are so popular, and your audience could be calling in and listening from all over the world. So I want to make sure and let everybody know that this is for the individuals that are in the 13 counties of the Atlanta metro area, not the 5 that we all know about, but the 13 counties of the Atlanta metro area. So if you are in any of those 13 counties of the Atlanta metro area, then this one is for you.
Wow. Okay. Now, does it matter the type of business that I'm trying to start? Is that have anything to do with it?
That has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Only thing that here's what's going to cost people. Okay. So let me be real specific about this, because yes, information and the content, the curriculum, the coaching. And by the way, did I mention that you're going to be able to you'll be developing your own business plan.
Wow.
And then you'll also have access to QuickBooks for 6 months. Okay.
Wow.
So all of that might be free, but I got to tell you, I've been in business for over 25 years. I'm dating myself here, but I've been in business for a long time. And when you're starting your business, what it will require is time, commitment, the energy, the willingness to, thrive and drive.
Definitely. And that time commitment, that's a very serious one, because I know a lot of people that get in these self-help programs or in these type of accelerators, and then they realize how much work is actually involved, and they start to kind of change their mind. Now, what type of time commitment are we talking about for these busy entrepreneurs?
So from the perspective so I will say this, as a business owner of well over 25 years, the commitment to try to grow your business is large. And to start, it just takes a lot of time. So for the content, so there's a few things. For the content of this program, you're going to need to be available every Wednesday for 9 weeks.
Okay.
From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's every Wednesday for 9 weeks from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then on the 9th week of the cohort, there will be a graduation in which each of the participants will present a portion of their business plan that they developed throughout the course.
Wow. Now, what are some of the things that this course is going to be covering?
Oh, I couldn't wait for you to ask. So there's going to be operations, business development, technology back office, because when you're trying to start a business, you're not just working, you're working in your business and you're working on your business in the beginning. I'm sure that your listeners have heard, you are the dishwasher, the bottle opener, the receptionist, you're everything in the beginning.
Oh, yes.
and so the goal of this is to help you understand how you start out and then how you leverage to grow. And so we've got technology back office items, finance, like how do you get capital? If for example, if your idea is to start a restaurant, how do you get capital?
Okay.
And then where do you find people? So we're going to talk about HR. There's some social media strategies, sales, marketing, and branding. So there's going to be so many things on tap for this training. So everybody who is thinking about it, they need to sign up because it is filling up, by the way. So we have 4 cohorts, but the first one is starting to fill up.
Okay.
So you need to jump on it right away if you're interested.
So when does that first cohort begin? Because I know you can't have classes of thousands of people. So when does that begin? And then what is that cutoff number?
So the cutoff number is 25, and we're more than halfway full now for the January cohort. So there's a January 13th cohort, And by the way, this is all VILT. In HR language, that stands for Virtual Instructor-Led Training.
Wow.
So this is all going to be VILT. So the first cohort starts January the 13th, and it ends March the 10th. The second cohort starts March the 17th, and it ends May the 12th. And the third cohort starts May the 26th. It ends July 21st. And then the last cohort starts August the 4th, and it ends September the 29th.
Now, tell me about some of the people that will actually be presenting, because I know the Urban League is big on having, successful entrepreneurs and successful business owners teach a lot of these entrepreneurship classes.
Exactly. So I will say this. Okay, so I don't mean to brag, but we have got entrepreneurs that have been in business well over 15 and 20 years.
Wow.
So we've got a social media expert, Tamiko Drummond. We've got Renzi Richardson, who also is heading up the Atlanta Small Business Program.
Oh, yeah.
We have got Valerie Mackey, who is operations and technology, and she can do anything in that. And we have got Cherie Knowles, who is my business partner.
Okay.
And I must say, she's been doing this stuff for well over 20 years. And my goodness, we had a kickoff session like a week ago, and it was packed full.
Wow. Now, if I am interested, after all these great things I have heard, how can I get connected to this program, or how do I go about registering for it?
So there's a few things you can do. I am hoping that wonderful Kevin is going to put a link on his website so that everybody who's listening that's familiar and knows how to get to his website will be able to click on that link and register.
Okay.
If not, then you can always go to ulgatl.org, right?
Oh, yes.
And go into the division of the TEC and look for SBDC Cares. Click on that and register.
Well,
and if all of that sounds like it's way too much, then go ahead and email. She's going to shoot me for this, but email Susan Moran. She's the program coordinator for this. And her email address, I'm going to give it to you. Her email address is susan@ulgatl.org. That's susan@ulgatl.org.
Now, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you've seen the homepage of the Urban League site here lately, but it's actually one of the featured programs on the home site of the Urban League website. So if you go to ulgatl.org and just scroll down to where you see featured programs, you will see the SBDC Cares program along with the Special DeKalb Business Accelerator program. Right there on the homepage, so you can get to it very easily.
Thank you, Kevin.
So we got about 5 or 6 minutes left. What do you have coming up for 2021? Because I see you're a founding partner of Human Capital Consultants Consortium, and I know this COVID thing, unfortunately, looks like it's going to linger on into 2021 with us. So what do you have planned, and what do you got coming up?
Well, you know what? Interestingly enough, the COVID-19, whereas it is really wreaking havoc in our communities.
Yes, it is.
From a business perspective, some other things have been brought forth. And so we are strongly moving towards, we're an 8A company, which is an 8A SBA business development program company. And so we are looking at multiple contracts for 2021 and working with our clients to try to help them navigate how do they, or if they bring their employees back into the office, how do they navigate that process?
Okay.
And then with everything else, with our social situations that are going on, our cultural things that are happening in our community, we're also involved in a big way with the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion community.
Now, do you actually, I see a lot of these large corporations. It looks like a lot of folks are going to be working at home permanently. So do you see a lot of these corporations bringing folks back in, or do you think work from home and that type of thing is kind of here to stay?
Well, you know what's interesting? So a lot of our clients, it's interesting, before COVID, a lot of our clients were looking at larger spaces. They were growing, they were expanding.
Oh, yeah.
And then once COVID hit, they realized that, you know what? We are not moving into that bigger space. We're going to rethink, and we do strategic planning for our clients as well. And so they are rethinking how that's going to work. And so probably the more essential individuals in the organization that need to be there every day, that need to interact and engage, we'll figure out a way to help them come back. But even those individuals won't be coming back full time. I think that we are looking ahead in 2021. It might be third or fourth quarter before we have individuals, and we will never go back, because there's no such thing as going back. Everybody knows that, right?
Oh, yes.
There is no such thing as going back. There's only a new normal that we create based on what has happened in our experiences.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now tell me this: do you see it that it's any different with people working from home and us doing so much via video? Because I don't know, I kind of got mixed opinions about it. I think even with my own business, I think my team was a little bit better when we actually had that chance to share the space, be together, have those creative team meetings and that type of stuff, and actually share that space in our office versus let me jump on a team meeting or a Zoom or something like that.
Right. I think it really depends. That's an individual thing.
Okay.
And it's an individual thing that's driven by what it is that drives us to be as productive as we can be. Now, there are some people who are more productive when they're able to work from home in a quiet environment. They might get up at 5 a.m. and have a lot of things done by 8 before everybody wakes up.
Oh, yeah.
And so there are some individuals who are more productive that way, but there are also some individuals who require that engagement and interactive with the team on a regular basis. And so what organizations are going to have to do is decide what is going to work for us. And every individual in every department is going to be different. And so that is the challenge, actually not a challenge, an opportunity for us to help guide organizations as what's going to be the best thing for us based on our size, the services that we provide, or the product that we provide. How are we going to navigate this? Either being in the office or having people continually work from home.
Oh, yeah. Well, Charlene, thank you so much. I wish you a very happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas. I'm sure we'll be talking next week.
Absolutely.
But right before I let you go, if you will please just one more time let everybody know about the SBDC Cares, how they can get in contact and register for it.
Okay, I will. And thank you so much for having me, Kevin. So here's the thing. You need to go to www.ulgatl.org. Look for SBDC Cares program. Sign up because the numbers are diminishing. We are already at half capacity. If you cannot register, if you forget all this, then email Susan at ulgatl.org. That's Susan at ulgatl.org. And she will help guide you through the process of registering.
All right, Charlene. Thank you so much for being a part of the program today.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.
Is your business online? Well, in today's world, if you're not online, then your business is not going to survive. Do you have a WordPress website? Well, if you do, I want to make sure that you go visit my good friends at Fast Fix WP and make sure that WordPress website stays running smooth. Trust me, there is nothing worse than having a big presentation or have a customer on your site and then your site goes down. So I want you to go visit fastfixwp.com and make sure your site stays running smooth and stays online every time you need it.
This pandemic has many people suffering. Are you stressed? Are you not sleeping well? Are you suffering from neck pain, back pain, or headaches? Chiropractic can help. Chiropractic is a natural healing art that can resolve many of your ailments. Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler of Align for Life are board-certified doctors of chiropractic with over 15 years of combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
If you want to be fine, take care of your spine. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
Woo! And we are back. My next guest says he knows what it's like to overcome introversion and lack of confidence. He is a self-proclaimed super shy kid that has risen out of mediocrity to find the success that he has always wanted. Please welcome to the show, networking coach, Ray Abrams.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Thank you.
Did I get it right?
You did. That's awesome. Thank you.
How you doing today, man?
Doing well, doing really well. Blessed.
Now, you said you grew up shy. It's amazing that because I know you, and after having a few conversations with you, I don't see a shy bone in your body nowhere. But you said you grew up shy and you learned how to overcome this. Kind of explain to us a little bit about what you teach people that are in that situation.
Sure. Well, first, I teach people it starts with you, right? It starts inside. So, becoming your best self. Okay. A lot of times we're shy because we have a negative self-talk. You have this tape that runs in your head.
Oh, yeah.
It tells you you're not good enough. It tells you you're going to mess up. It tells you you're going to say the wrong thing. So it starts with really kind of erasing that tape and rewriting that tape.
Okay.
With more confident self-talk. And you can just do that yourself. Wow.
Now, I have noticed that is a big thing with a lot of people, that negative self-talk. What are some things that you tell people, or what are some exercises? Because you're a coach.
Yeah.
What are some exercises that you give people to help with that negative self-talk?
Right. So, first of all, you have to ask yourself, why do you believe that's true?
Okay.
When you really ask yourself, our personalities are formed by the time we're 2 years old. And then so everything you start to believe about yourself really builds on that. So you have this little child who's driving your life, and all these beliefs that you accumulated. Somebody told you were ugly, in second grade, and it's stuck. And what happens is when these thoughts have taken hold and you own them, then everything that you experience in life tends to confirm that belief.
Wow.
And so you have to ask yourself, why? First of all, why do you believe it's true?
Okay.
Then you have to also ask yourself, are you a mind reader? That's another thing. We tend to want to read the other person's mind and assume they're thinking the worst. And then are you a fortune teller? Can you see the future? Because you've already, from before you even walk in a room, you're already anticipating this catastrophe. When you go to a networking event, you're anxious because nobody's going to want to talk to me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. And so you're reading the future, and that's not the case usually at all.
Wow. And honestly, I do see that more and more. And it's funny, raising kids has really taught me so much about myself. And a lot of this type of stuff that we're talking about, I'm starting to see it in my 13-year-old because that negative chatter, I'm not good enough. People don't like me, or nobody wants to talk to me, and this type of stuff. So what are some exercises that I could possibly give her that can help her with that? I'm going to get some parenting advice today.
Yeah, and I tell you, and that's really the time to start, right? When you're young, right? To start to change it. So just really exercise is really, self-development, I think, is key. Read the Tony Robbins, read the what's the guy's name? Stephen Covey. Read self-development books, because becoming your best self will help you with your confidence, right? So, I could give you some specific things, but it really depends on what she's specifically struggling with.
Okay.
But really what it boils down to is just kind of when you are the best person you can possibly be. So in this, what I tell people is don't try to fake it until you make it, right?
Okay.
Fix it, right? Fix it. So work on it. If there's whatever it is, everybody got something. And Robin Roberts says everybody got something.
Oh, yes.
Right. There's something you don't feel confident about. Nobody knows it but you. Right. But you just, man, I wish I could change this. And most of us go through our whole lives wishing we could change it. But she's at 13, she can change it.
Okay.
Right. So it's going to take some work. But whatever that thing is that's blocking her, making her feel less than confident, start working now on fixing that.
Okay. Now, you are also an author.
Yes.
The book Connect Like a Boss. Tell me a little bit about your book.
Yeah. So I've been in corporate America, off and on for many years.
Okay.
And one of the challenges is kind of how do you move up in corporations, particularly as an introvert. One of the things, as you start to move up the corporate ladder, people start to look at your ability to present. What type of relationships do you have?
Okay.
Do you see that person sitting in the cube next to you gets promoted and you didn't get promoted? Why not? And you go, well, that's just because she's best friends with the boss, right? And that's right, and it happens. But why can't you be best friends with the boss?
Okay.
Right. So the book kind of talks about how do you connect with people? How do you become friends? Because at the end of the day, it really is people do business with and promote the people that they know, that they like, and that they trust. It had, and nowhere in there does it really talk about just doing your job. And sometimes we mistakenly think that if we just keep our head down and I just do my job, somebody's going to see me and know that I'm the best. But it's really about, do I know this person? Do I feel like I know them personally? Do I like them? And do I trust that they're going to make me look good if I move them to this next level? And so learning how to do that is built on becoming friends. And it's okay. And I guess that's really what the message of the takeaway from the book is. It's okay to be friends with people at work and build relationships, because that will lead to those promotions that you're looking for.
It's so crazy. My entire life coming up, or when I first started as an entrepreneur, way when I was back 19, 20 something years old, people always, you heard those phrases, business about relationships, but nobody really ever broke it down to me. And it took me years of doing business before I really started to understand these things, like making your network your net worth, and business being about relationships and how you're using these relationships to kind of gain your advantage out here in the marketplace. So,
yes, and it works with entrepreneurship and with your career. I think sometimes people think that you only need to sell when you're an entrepreneur, right? Or if you're in sales, but everybody needs to sell. We become a world of personal brands. Everybody has their own brand. You're not guaranteed a job anymore like you used to. You just get out of high school, get your job at Bell South, right? Retire 40 years later. Those days are gone. Now it's about that personal brand and being able to market that. And you can market that through your network. This is the thing. And like really, I hope the listeners have this as a takeaway, is that, you are the average of your 5 closest friends.
Wow.
Right? We spend 80% of our time with about 5, 6 people. Right? And if those 5 or 6 people can't help you, right, then they're not the right 5 or 6 people.
That's so true.
We have this concept of the day ones, right? No, everybody, these are my day ones. They've been down with me, and I get it. Nothing wrong with that. However, if you don't have any day twos, right? Those are the people that you pick intentionally. You say, look, this is where I want to go. Right? I want to have the #1 radio station in the country. Right? So, are you friends with Tom Joyner? Are you friends with Steve Harvey? And you may be, but that's the type of, and why not? Right? No. If you want to get to where they are, I think, one of the, look at Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley is like best friends with Steve Harvey. Right? Is that coincidence?
Okay.
I don't think so, right? That's a conscious decision that this man has gone where I want to go. I should be friends with him. And then when the opportunity comes, he can vouch for me. He can give me information. He can mentor me as a friend. We're not competing. We're friends, and we're trying to see each other win.
Now, some people, and I've heard this actually, people say this. A lot of folks see building relationships based on trying to get some type of advantage or trying to get some type of opportunity. It's kind of like using people. How do you explain that, and how do you break that down to people?
Absolutely. That is you're right. That is the biggest misconception. I think that really holds people back.
Okay.
Right? The key is to really be sincere. Just because someone is successful doesn't mean you can't really be friends with them.
Okay.
Right? It's kind of like I think about growing up in you grow up in the hood. One of your friends had a car, right?
Oh yeah.
Right? We all had that friend that had the car, and we all piled in the car. We rode it. It didn't mean that you were using that person, right?
Okay.
You're really their friend. They just happen to have a car, right? And so they can help you. And so it's not so much about using. Now, of course, there are people probably that with car probably had some friends who only called them when they needed a ride.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't be that. Just don't be that friend.
Okay.
Don't only call them when you need a ride. Call when hey, what can I do for you? Can I give you some gas money? Can I I don't have a car. I can wash your car. I can be a good friend to you in other ways. And so it becomes a mutually beneficial relationship.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Now you reference 7 steps to building lasting business relationships. What are some of those steps to building business relationships?
Yeah. So consistency, familiarity.
Okay.
Empathy, trust. Are some of the things that kind of building. So it all kind of builds on each other. Generosity, and we kind of, in fact, I think in the last example we kind of talked about that, right? So giving, give, and then ask, right? A lot of people think of networking as, to your point, I want this person in my network because they can help me, right? But no, that's not the way it works. You have to say, I want this person in my network and I can help them. So I give to them, right? Being authentic is key. Quite often we talk about the fake it till we make it, right? So if you want to have successful friends, you have to kind of act like you're successful, right? So you have to, drive a Ferrari or whatever to kind of hang with them. But that's the wrong way to look at it.
I was going to say, does that even work? I just don't. I'm more of a genuine person. I've never been the fake it person. I'm gonna just be me.
It doesn't work at all. People can see through that. As a matter of fact, they'll like you less.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a faker, right? So be authentic, be generous with your time, your talent, your treasure. Be empathetic, right? Listen, be a listening ear. Sometimes people who are successful, all they want, the hardest thing about being successful is that nobody cares about your problem. Right?
Amen.
Oprah has a bad day, don't nobody want to hear about it, right? But she has a bad day.
Okay,
sometimes.
I get it.
And so everything is relative. And so people who are successful have bad days too. And they just want somebody just to listen to them. That's what a friend does, right? Somebody who I don't want nothing from you. I'm just here to support you. And so building a friend, building friends, and really it doesn't have to be complex. Just think about your business relationships, just like you do your regular relationships, right? The people who can't help you, the same type of, the way you show up for them, you can show up for people who happen to be the type of people who can help you in your career or in your business.
Wow. That's powerful. Mm-hmm. Now you've teamed up with Corey Moore over at Urban Atlanta with the networking events that you guys are doing. And it's an awesome event. Anybody that has not attended one of these Urban Atlanta virtual networking events, I promise you, it's a great time. It's very fun. It's very engaging. The first time I did it, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work. Networking on Zoom, that just don't seem right. But the way that you guys do it and the way y'all break it down, man, it really makes for a fun experience and a great experience. You really actually get a chance to meet some folks.
You're absolutely right. And the way we format it, it just kind of puts people in breakout rooms. So you kind of get to know each other. It's actually in a lot of ways for folks who, get a little intimidated being, coming into a large, when the world was open, right?
Okay.
This actually kind of, makes it a little bit more approachable. And then we ask questions that kind of get you to talk and get everybody engaged. And then, by being in a breakout room with 4 or 5 people, it's a small group. You can kind of get to know each other. And because we do it regularly every 2 weeks, over, a few months, now you've built those relationships that we talked about. So, now you've been in a room with somebody, over the course of 3 months, you know them really well. And that the law of reciprocity, will be, they trust you that if I need something from you, you'll help me, and vice versa. If you need something from me, I'll help you. And that's really the purpose of a network.
Wow. Now, what are some things? Because I know a lot of times, especially at these networking events, especially when it used to be in real life or in physical, but it's almost like back when you was young trying to go holler at that girl. Folks scared to walk up and start that conversation. What are some of the things that you kind of give people as kind of like icebreakers or a way to get started in some conversations if you are kind of walking up to somebody that you don't know and never met?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, man. A lot of people overthink it. As far as having this pitch, or saying the right thing. The reality is, most people don't even remember the first thing that you say to them. Your brain has a spin up time. We don't really realize it, but there's like a couple of seconds before you even hear what the person is saying to you. So the first thing you say, generally, nobody even remembers anyway. And particularly if you have this, what everybody talks about, the elevator pitch. People haven't even, they missed the first sentence, right? So if you missed the first sentence, you missed it, right? So it's more about telling, just knowing your story and why you do what you do. That's memorable, why you do it.
It's so funny. It's so funny that you mentioned that, because I can remember back in my early days of going to networking events and just running up to people, blah, 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 this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. And now I see folks doing that to me, and it's almost, it's funny to me. It's not that I'm trying to laugh at them or anything. It's just I understand what they are. It's like now I'm a lot calmer. I can, approach people differently. I don't start with business first. I find some other common interest. So.
Yeah. And what you've learned is that nobody buys anything at a networking event.
Exactly.
Right. Everybody's trying to sell. Nobody's trying to buy. So if you think about it differently, it's more of a place to meet people who will be potentially good additions to your network. So you kind of plan that out and say, what type of people do I need to be in my network? If I want to be in real estate, who do I need to know? Is it politicians, construction people? Who educator, people on the school board, who do I need to know? Right. And so as you meet these people at networking events, now you can intelligently and proactively make an appointment with them and sit down one-on-one and have lunch like people. But you're not, the biggest mistake, I think, we talk about this on our networking event, the biggest mistake people make is they come to events and they expect to make a sale from when at the end of the event, they sold something. And if they haven't, then they feel like they have been successful. But that's not the key. As a matter of fact, many of the people at the networking event are never going to buy from you. But if you have a good enough, you build a relationship, I guarantee you they know someone who will buy from you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's a matter of just kind of when, making, you should have a relationship. And this is kind of the core of my whole training is you should have a relationship with about 150 people who wouldn't think about buying a service, a product or service that you sell from anybody but you.
Okay.
Anybody but you. They wouldn't consider it. And we all have that person in our life. There's somebody, if you're going to buy a house, there's probably somebody that you wouldn't think about buying from anybody but, or a car, right? Or whatever purchase you're making in your life.
Okay.
That's the person you wouldn't think about. Now, unfortunately, most people don't get that message, right? They have their businesses, and so their friends buy their service from somebody else as opposed to buying from them because they don't have that relationship. They haven't reached out to you recently. They haven't talked to you in 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
So you just forget and you go buy a house from somebody else down the street. You're like, yo, Kevin, I know you since high school. I'm a real estate agent. And so, but it's it's the real estate agent's fault.
Well, man, we got Christmas coming up. What you guys got coming up? I know we got January 7th. We got another Black Business Networking event. Any thing else you guys got coming up between now and the holidays?
No, we're really just kind of going back into the lab and making sure we deliver great experiences for next year, even making it better for 2021. We want to, encourage folks to come out because the key to an event, a networking event, is really just the people. That's real. We're just providing a venue for people, right? So we want to make sure we get the right people, that we have enough people so that it's worthwhile. For your time to come through, that you're making good contact. So we're going to be focused on developing marketing plans, getting the right people out.
Well, Ray, thank you so much, man. I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Tell Corey I got to get him on the show so he can come on and tell us some good advice as well. But thank you so much for being a guest. And like I say, we'll keep pumping this Urban Atlanta for you guys and hopefully fill these networking events for 2021.
I appreciate it. Let me know any way I can support you as well, Kevin. Thank you so much.
I surely will, man. Thank you so much. And we will be right back after this.
Is your business online? Well, in today's world, if you're not online, then your business is not going to survive. Do you have a WordPress website? Well, if you do, I want to make sure that you go visit my good friends at Fast Fix WP and make sure that WordPress website stays running smooth. Trust me, there is nothing worse than having a big presentation or have a customer on your site and then your site goes down. So I want you to go visit fastfixwp.com and make sure your site stays running smooth and stays online every time you need it.
This pandemic has many people suffering. Are you stressed? Are you not sleeping well? Are you suffering from neck pain, back pain, or headaches? Chiropractic can help. Chiropractic is a natural healing art that can resolve many of your ailments. Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler of Align for Life are board-certified doctors of chiropractic with over 15 years of combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
Auto accident, wellness care, slip and fall. We take care of it all. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
And we are back right here on the #1 rated business show. I'm your host once again, Kevin C. Pride. Please follow me on all social channels, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else at I am KC Pride. So our final guest for today is a nationally sought after wellness foodie pharmacist. I've got some questions about that one. She is also a wife, a mother of two, creator and CEO of a healthy seasoning line called Dr. Flava Spices. She's an author, speaker, and proactive wellness advocate expert. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Tremaine Jones Attabor.
Hey, Kevin, I'm so excited to be here.
Did I get it right?
You did pretty good. You don't do it with the accent like my husband, acceptable. But you did well.
Well, how are you doing today and during this holiday season?
I am doing amazing. You mentioned my healthy seasoning line. I have been very, very busy, but very, very blessed as well. This is the cooking season. Yes. A lot of people are getting to know more about my seasoning line, and I'm just really, really excited about that. And as you mentioned, I'm a mother, so I have two young ones, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Oh my God, I remember them days.
Yes.
It's fun though. I will say this. Now that mine are 13 and will be 9 in January, I miss those days, and those days were so much easier as compared to now.
I guess it's a trade-off. Right now, it's the cute and the fun and anything. My children they have fun. They were playing in the leaves earlier. That's fun to them. I don't have to worry about what's this new game everyone's talking about that's like $1,000. I don't have to worry about those kind of things now.
Oh yeah, they get expensive as they get older too. Trust me.
Exactly. So, yep, I'm excited. So, like I said, it's the cooking season, and you said you had a question about me being the wellness foodie pharmacist.
I gotta ask you about that because I'm like, all right, let's break this down. What is a wellness foodie pharmacist? I get the foodie, I get that part, but the pharmacist part.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So actually, I am a licensed pharmacist of 15 years, Kevin. But in 2019, I decided to become a full-time entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I have taken my love for cooking and my desire for health and wellness and my pharmacist background, and I married the two together. So now I'm your wellness foodie pharmacist because you're going to get some health and wellness tips from me as well. I just, everyone likes to make money. Everyone loves success. But I do this from my heart because I love people. That's why I became a pharmacist. And I realized that the diseases that I was seeing in the patients, especially in our community, Black and brown communities, that health began in the kitchen. And I would go up and counsel patients about their medication, but it would always pivot into what they were eating. And I always found myself trying to give them some healthier tips and just things that I thought was that everybody should know, they did not know. And so I did that while I was practicing as a pharmacist. And then when I became an entrepreneur, I just saw the need that people needed. And pharmacists are considered one of the number one trusted professions out there, because you can just walk up to your pharmacist and speak to them.
Okay.
So, now in this realm, the entrepreneur realm, I utilize social media, platforms like yours, where I'm able to speak about what I do to just really educate people on some of the things that we could be doing every day to live a healthier life.
Now let's talk about these seasonings, because you talk about health and wellness. So I see your spices, they're low in sodium, they're sugar free, no MSG, and gluten free. Is it good? Because it sounds like you took all the good stuff out.
Delicious. And when it comes to seasonings, it's a lot different from food products itself.
Okay.
So basically, this is the pharmacist, I guess the chemist in me, that came up with these things, as well as me just having that desire for flavor.
Okay.
And I put together, all of my seasonings have 8 to 13 herbs and spices. I formulated them all. I did not go to a company to assist me or anything like that.
Okay.
I said, listen, I'm going to do this. And then me and God got together. I wrote them down and I tested them out, and they taste absolutely amazing, because I realized when I was using store-bought, I never could use one thing.
Okay.
My counter was cluttered with all this stuff. And my husband's like, baby, you really used all of this? And I'm like, yes. I was like, that's how my food tastes so good. And then I started to think, I was like, the average person does not like to cook, right? So why can't I make this easier for them? I wanted to solve a problem in the kitchen to make it easier.
Wow. Now, what are some of the different type of spices or different flavors that you do that you have?
So, Kevin, I started out with 2. I have 12 now.
Wow. Okay.
And I have an original, which is your all-purpose seasoning. So people who use the other things, like I'll just call them out, like the Laurie's and things like that. This would replace it. Has like a smoky flair to it.
Okay.
I don't use any fillers or anything like that. I have a Creole, because I went to school in New Orleans. I don't know if you know. I went to HBCU. Yeah, I went to Xavier University. And I got a little bit of an influence from New Orleans. So I have my Creole Delight, which is a little bit of a spin between like your Tony's and what do you call Old Bay, because it has a little bit of celery.
Okay.
And then I have a garlic ginger lime. I have a lime herb, island twist, a spicy Cajun. I have 2 newer ones I just dropped this summer, which is adobo twist, Southwest. I have a new salt-free, which is onion pepper, and that was for my holidays. My holiday set I just put out, as well as a new one, sweet potato pie. So, a lot of times people may use all these different spices, or they may try pumpkin pie, but I made sweet potato pie. I also have a Creole lemon pepper.
Is it better than Patty? Who was that had them pies that had everybody going crazy
Patty.
at that time?
Well,
them Patty pies.
When you use my seasoning and you use the recipe that I give you for the pie,
okay,
you will love it. And it's not as sweet. I'm not going to lie. Patty's pie is good. I finally tasted it. And I was like, okay, it is good. Okay. But it's a little sweet for me.
Okay.
So my seasonings are sugar-free. Even the sweet potato pie is sugar-free. But you add the sugar, but that's one of the things I teach. Like, you can still have the sugar, but pick healthier sugars, like maybe agave or raw sugar, or cut down on the sugar. So if it says 3 cups of sugar, use 2 cups of sugar or 2.5 cups of sugar, just to kind of cut back on the calories a little bit.
But isn't sugar though, no matter which one I'm using, isn't it all of it the same thing or the same result?
It is. All of it is sugar, but this is my belief. I believe if you're going to at least eat something that's not healthy, try to do something to make it a little bit healthier, because I don't believe in taking stuff completely away from people, because sometimes when you deprive yourself, you will either binge or people gain more weight. Like, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people do keto and they're like, I lost 100 pounds, and then they blow right back up, right?
That's true.
Because as soon as you introduce it back to your body is like, yes, here it is. So I just believe we should cut back, do less, and then your body, there are receptors in your body. They say the sugar reacts the same way that cocaine does in our body, because there are receptors in our brain that get triggered, and these happy feelings, that you feel, or the joy the pleasure that you feel, and they get stimulated. So the less you put, the less that your body will respond. So that's why I tell people, if you're going to eat sugar, do less. And we don't need to eat sugar every day, but if you're going to, try to pick a healthier version.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you said making healthy meals and a healthy lifestyle is small changes is the key thing to that.
Mhm.
Explain that a little bit.
Okay, so basically, back to what we were just talking about a little bit more is the fact that we need to do things each and every day. So, like I said, when I was a pharmacist, I saw diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol, how it affected our community. And when I would talk to people about the food, so for instance, some healthier swaps. So if you're going to eat rice, choose brown rice instead of white rice.
Okay.
Start reading your nutrition fact labels. Like, I love hot chocolate, and I was about to get my little Swiss Miss, and then as soon as I looked at the ingredients, it said sugar. That was the first ingredient. So I was like, oh no. Then I started reading
That's
all
what
these
make
other
it
chemicals,
good.
and I put it back on the on the shelf. But we get things that we like because we just like the taste, but we need to be more conscious. So another thing would be like using coconut oil instead of butter. It's still fat, but coconut oil has a lot more health benefits than butter. Okay.
Okay.
And then, think about when you're drinking these sugary beverages, those things are packed with sugar. So either if you're going to drink those beverages, I cut them in half with water, or drink fruit infused water. Things like that will help. And then just if you're going to start exercising, everybody says, oh, you need to exercise 5 days a week. Well, that might be a little bit much for the person who doesn't exercise at all.
Yeah.
Right. So just start with 10 minutes. Start there. Start with 10 minutes. And I just believe if we make these small changes over a period of time, you'll find things that you enjoy. I think one of the biggest reasons that we are so unhealthy is because, and it's in my book too, I wrote a book during the pandemic and I talked about this. Like, I used to believe that people, when I would see working out, I was like, something is wrong with these people. Like, who likes to work out? It's not fun.
Okay.
But then that was me, like Ray was talking about, negative self-talk. Already talking myself out of the game, like, because I'm already thinking it's too hard, so I'm not going to do it.
I got you.
And that's what we do it in business. We do it in our health, because it's like, if I want to look like Kevin, then I must have to spend too much time taking care of myself, So we have to stop that. And I just believe if we make these small changes over a period of time, we can achieve a healthier life before the prescription. And I'm a proponent of that, because even though I'm a pharmacist,
okay,
these medications are chemicals and they do affect other parts of our body. So I just think that if you can start at an earlier age, I just turned 40.
Okay.
And I have been working on my health since I was 25, because I knew certain things ran in my family, and now I don't have to take medication for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol,
That's
because
wonderful. That's a blessing.
I started at an early age.
Now, you told us, because we about to have to wrap the show, but you said you was going to give us 3 healthy tips for the holidays. What are your 3 tips for the holidays that we can all benefit from?
So absolutely. So holiday times, a lot of people want to indulge and eat a lot of food, but I think a lot of us have been doing that during COVID the whole time. So during the holidays, pick a smaller plate to eat off of.
Okay.
That will help. The second tip would be, if you're going to have desserts or someone's cooking, just try to only eat one dessert versus trying to eat the potato pie, the red velvet cake, and
Say
all
pick
of the
one.
pecan pie, all of those different desserts. And then also try to fill your plate with more vegetables. So, we may cook them maybe not as healthy, but it's okay. I would rather you choose more protein and vegetables,
okay, and
not as many starches. So if you're going to eat the mac and cheese or the potato salad, choose one of those and get your protein and your veggies. So those are your 3 healthy tips for the holidays.
Now, if somebody wants to get some of your products and try some of your seasonings and recipes, how can people get in contact with you or purchase a product?
Right. So my website is drflavaspices.com, and it's DR, not D-O, but DR, Flava, Flava, spices.com. And I'm on all social media at Dr. Flava RMD.
Now, what's the price of your seasonings and this type of stuff?
What'd you say?
The pricing for it.
Oh, the pricing. So right now it's better to get a set. So I have a holiday set, which you get 5 seasons, and you get a complete holiday cooking guide right now that's $54, but I was a Bay Good recipient. So I just got a grant from Beyonce, and I'm giving my biggest discount right now. So you can go to my website and use Bay Good 20, and you'll get additional savings.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If I don't get to talk to you again, I hope my seasonings is in the mail, because I'm definitely going to be supporting you and seeing what you got going on.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank y'all so much. Once again, it has been the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and a very safe Christmas. Wear your mask, stay social distance, and keep yourself safe. Until next time, we are out.
You're listening to